All right. It feels like we got to do this every 2 seconds, right? Like every 2 seconds we get on here and someone says something crazy. So we have one chatter in particular that said that Biombo's a better defender than Sohan. I don't know if that's rage bait or what. We have our boy Emmanuel. By the way, I love you guys, okay? I do love you guys, all right? I got a little bit of a headache today, but I do love you guys. But we have Emmanuel here saying, hey, he hasn't made any true strides over the course of the last 3 years. And that doesn't help with the fact that we also have bogus rumors literally from one Instagram post saying that Sohan could be traded for Cam Johnson. Really random. I'm not going to believe it because literally there's falsehoods in the comment. Like saying the Spurs are pursuing Kevin Durant and Giannis, that's not true. There's been nothing indicating that. So it's just a lot of hearsay, whatever Netspress heard, but it's literally coming from one Instagram post. So with that being said, obviously statistically we can look and see that he is better than he has been. But someone in the chat has mentioned that yes, he is more than his immediate stats, right? But even if you look at the immediate stats, field goal percentage 43 to 53, 10% difference, huge difference. Let's not pretend like that's let's not pretend that's not a big deal, right? Yeah, let's not pretend that's not a big deal. Now let me go ahead and bring this up, which I shouldn't have to, but is what it is, I guess. So here's some stats for us, all right, to show you some. These are going to be some things that don't show up on the stat sheet, right? Because obviously, if you go here and you look at defense, you're like, well, he's not that great. 0.5 blocks, 0.8 steals. He's been the same, right? But actually, he's a phenomenal defender, and it doesn't always just come down to things that you can see on paper. So we can see here, fewest points per possession given up guarding ISOs in the 24-25 NBA regular season. And you can see, number one, Jeremy Sohan. Number one. Fewest points per possession guarding ISOs. Jeremy Sohan, number one. Number one. Another phenomenal defender on the list, Dyson Daniels, is number 6. But Jeremy Sohan is number 1. And if you want to act as if defending doesn't matter and it's not that important, this isn't, who cares? That's literally half of basketball in and of itself is defending. And he is elite at it. Elite. Now, if you want to say offensively, you know, he can't dribble the ball like Kyrie, he can't shoot like Steph, sure, you got me there. I mean, sure. He is top 3 in the NBA as far as pick and roll finishes. And if that's something that you don't care about and you don't think is important, I don't know what to tell you. You're just wrong. That's very important. So there's that. And then there's another statistic here. Field goal percentage of all-star caliber players when guarded by Jeremy Sohan in the 24-25 NBA regular season. And we got a few stats here, okay? We have Porzingis, who has 0%. Sohan could have did better, right? He could have gave him -%, but no, he had 0%. Damian Lillard 0%. Şengün 16.7%. SGA 25%. Oh, excuse me. Julius Randle 27.3%. Luka Doncic 30%. Zion Williamson 33%, and Jalen Brunson 33%. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about him as a whole basketball player. This is ridiculous. If we want to say that offensively, I'll meet you. Can we meet here? I mean, this is silly, bro. Defensively, he is elite. That is a basketball player. Defense is very important. Defensively, he is elite. We wouldn't make this argument for some of the other, great defensive players that came through the NBA. We wouldn't say, well, as a whole basketball player, they're not great. This is a huge part of basketball. This is like one of the biggest parts of basketball is playing good defense. And he's elite at it. Not only is he elite at it, he's arguably top 5 in the NBA as far as defense. So he's elite at that defensively. And if we want to say offensively, he's average, sure, you'll be wrong to say he's below average because he's not. Even if you look, like I said, statistically, I even brought up as far as pick and roll finishes, he's top in the league at that. As far as field goal percentage, it's pretty doggone good, 53%. So he's decent offensively. But if I try to meet you where you say he's average, so what is a player that's average offensively, just okay offensively, and elite defensively? What are they? Are they a good player? I mean, if we're looking at a scale here, are you how you can't be a bad player. You can't be an average player because half of your game is elite. So what are you? What are you? Seriously. Jeez, man. If you're okay, I just need someone to answer that, okay? A Sohan hater. If you're okay offensively, because you can't make the argument that this is terrible, okay? If because a lot of people just stat sheet watch, right? So you can't make the argument that this is terrible. 53% field goal percentage is terrible. You can't make that argument. I would say 31% 3-point percentage isn't the best, right? But then you would have to compare him to other power forwards and whatnot if that's what you want to do. Look at his peers and how their statistics look overall. But just if you look at this, you can't say this is horrible, this is really bad, this is terrible, right? You can't say that. You have to say at least that this is average. And if you're elite defensively, then what are you then? I would say overall, your overall game is pretty good. Just silly. And by the way, if you're elite defensively, I think you're a good player. Period. It shows a certain amount of basketball IQ and understanding of the game for you to be that elite defensively. That's not just God-given abilities as far as like your athleticism to be that great defensively. There's plenty of guys that are freakishly athletic but cannot play defense worth anything. That has good lateral quickness, but just can't do anything. You know? So, anyways, I think it's silly. I think it's a horrible way of viewing things. And everything comes down to winning. And if the Spurs were a better team, then he wouldn't get this much hate. Also kind of crazy that he's literally... Isn't he like 21? Is Jeremy Sohan 21? Did he turn 21 already? He's 21, right? Yeah, he's literally 21. He's literally 21 years old, and we're jumping on the boat of he's not a good player when he's top in the league defensively. Absolutely disgusting behavior, guys. Come on now. A team can afford to have a poor shooter if they have plenty of good shooters. The Spurs do not have that. Well, I mean, I guess define what a bad shooter is because he's 53%. As far as behind the arc, 31% isn't the best, sure. But, I mean, we're not talking about he's not shooting like Tony Allen out there, you know what I mean? There's some promise there. Free throw percentage has got much better. By the way, I probably need to say this. He is far ahead than where I thought he would be his third year in the NBA after watching him in college. I had let me say this, okay? I had no expectations for him to develop an offensive game. None whatsoever. I knew that he would be a good passer. I knew he had high basketball IQ. I knew that he would be elite defensively. No reason for me to think that he would be good or a semblance of okay offensively. I just thought he would probably always struggle with that. He showed me way more. From his first year to now, huge improvements, in my opinion. Huge improvements. That's not just my opinion. Objectively, 43% to 53%. So, I seen Sohan own the Suns. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good player. But no one can actually give me a good argument for you being a bad player if you're elite defensively and okay offensively. Like, for you to be a bad player, bro, like if you were elite defensively, you would have to be horrible. like just horrible, like unplayable on the offensive end. Like just getting the ball ripped from you constantly. Like, yeah, no. I mean, even his turnover, I thought his ball handling has gotten better too. But yeah, his turnover ratio has gone down as well. So I don't know. Just silly.